Imagine opening your door and stepping into a quiet courtyard where the light feels softer, the air feels calmer, and every corner looks like it has a story. Now imagine this: above you, warm lanterns glow, but they used to be plastic bottles. In front of you, a Moongate frames the garden like a painting, but it's just scrap wood. And the path beneath your feet sparkles with tiny mosaics made from broken tile and bottle caps. Tonight, we're turning everyday throwaways into 21 courtyard-style garden upgrades that look timeless, feel peaceful, and actually make sense for real DIY. Stay with me, because the first 5 ideas will completely change how your backyard feels. Welcome back to Backyard Fortune, where we see treasure where others see trash, and we build outdoor beauty without spending a fortune. If you believe a peaceful garden shouldn't cost the earth, tap subscribe and join this series, because we're bringing you more trash to timeless ideas every week. And I have one humble request. If this video gives you even a little inspiration, please share it to WhatsApp and Facebook, so more garden lovers can find these ideas too. For everyone who shares and watches until the end, I pray for your long life, strong health, and a garden that keeps blooming season after season. Let's begin. One, Dragon Spine Pergola Tunnel. Imagine walking into your garden and feeling as if the space gently pulls you forward, inviting you to slow your steps. Above you, a tunnel of wood curves and bends like the spine of a sleeping creature, shaped not by machines, but by time and nature itself. This is the Dragon Spine Pergola, built from fallen branches and forgotten wood, yet full of quiet strength. Each curved rib carries the memory of wind, rain, and growth. Together, they form a passage that feels alive, breathing with the plants that climb and weave through its frame. As vines rise and drape themselves overhead, light filters through their leaves, scattering soft shadows across the path below. The air feels cooler here, calmer, as if the garden has learned how to protect those who walk within it. There is something deeply human about this structure. It reminds us that shelter does not need to be perfect to be meaningful. Beauty emerges when we work with nature instead of against it, when discarded wood becomes a guiding form and simple rope holds stories together. Passing through this pergola is not just moving from one side of the garden to another. It is a moment of transition, a pause between noise and quiet, between effort and rest. And as you step out from beneath its gentle arch, another idea is already waiting to reveal itself just beyond the path. Two, Floating Lantern Canopy. Imagine standing beneath a canopy that seems to float, where light no longer comes from a single source, but from many small glowing moments above your head. As evening arrives, the garden begins to breathe differently. Shadows soften, colors deepen, and familiar space turns gently inward. Each lantern once held something ordinary: water, oil, forgotten jars stacked in a corner. Now they hold light. Suspended among leaves and climbing vines, they sway almost imperceptibly, responding to the quiet movement of air. By day, they hang like small glass ornaments catching the sun. By night, they become warm points of calm, guiding the eye upward and slowing the mind. There is comfort in this kind of light. It does not overwhelm. It does not demand attention. Instead, it invites you to linger, just a little longer, beneath its glow. Conversations soften here. Tea tastes warmer. Silence feels welcome. What makes this canopy special is not perfection, but balance. It reminds us that beauty can be light, temporary, and still deeply grounding. That even the most disposable objects can learn how to stay, how to belong, when given a second purpose. And as you step away from the gentle glow, another corner of the garden waits, ready to be transformed into something just as quiet, just as meaningful. Three, Moongate wall illusion. Imagine standing before a simple wall that no longer feels like an ending, but a beginning. A circle rests quietly against it, drawing your eyes inward, inviting your thoughts to slow and settle. This is the Moongate, an ancient idea reborn through humble materials and patient hands. Built from scraps of wood once overlooked, the circular form carries a gentle authority. Its curve softens the hard edge of the wall, reminding us that nothing in nature truly ends, it only turns. As light moves across the garden, a thin shadow forms behind the ring, giving the illusion of depth, like a doorway that exists just beyond reach. Vines trace the curve slowly, leaf by leaf, as moss gathers near its base. Over time, the gate begins to feel less constructed and more discovered, as if it had always been there, waiting to be noticed. It frames the garden not by blocking the view, but by focusing it, teaching the eye where to rest. There is a quiet lesson in this circle. Completion does not come from excess, but from balance. From knowing when to stop, and when to let space speak for itself. And as you step away from this symbolic threshold, another idea unfolds nearby, ready to turn an ordinary boundary into something that gently breathes with life. Four, woven wattle fence screen. Imagine a boundary that does not push the world away, but gently holds it in place. A fence that feels less like a wall and more like a quiet conversation between wood, air, and light. This is the woven wattle screen, an old idea that still understands how gardens want to breathe. Each branch bends slightly, accepting the shape of the others. Together they form a rhythm, a pattern that feels both intentional and free. Sunlight slips through the gaps, scattering soft shadows across the ground, while vines slowly claim their space, weaving life back into the structure. What makes this fence special is its humility. It does not demand attention, yet it quietly defines the space around it. It separates without isolating, frames without closing. In a small garden, that balance matters. It allows movement, curiosity, and surprise to remain part of the experience. As seasons pass, the wood weathers and deepens in tone. Leaves grow bolder. Flowers press forward, blurring the line between what was built and what simply grew. The fence becomes a living edge, never finished, always changing. Standing beside it, you begin to realize that protection does not always require strength. Sometimes, it comes from flexibility. And just beyond this gentle boundary, another surface waits, ready to be transformed beneath your feet. Five, Zen mosaic path. Imagine the moment your feet touch the ground and you suddenly become aware of where you are. The garden no longer rushes you forward, it asks you to slow down. This is the quiet power of a Zen mosaic path, where the journey itself becomes the destination. Each fragment tells a small story. A bottle cap once twisted open without thought. A broken tile once part of a larger whole. Now, gathered together, they form a surface that feels intentional, steady, and deeply human. The patterns flow like water, guiding the eye gently ahead, while the texture beneath reminds the body to stay present. As sunlight moves across the path, colors shift subtly. Greens deepen. Earth tones warm. Moss settles into the edges, softening every line. Walking here feels different, not because the path is perfect, but because it invites awareness. Each step becomes a quiet pause between thoughts. There is beauty in repair, in choosing not to hide what was broken, but to rearrange it into something meaningful. This path does not try to impress. It tries to connect, to the ground, to memory, to rhythm. And as the mosaic curves out of sight, it naturally leads you forward, toward another idea, another corner, another small transformation waiting just beyond the bend. Six, faux bamboo window screen. Imagine waking up to a softer kind of morning light, one that doesn't rush into the room, but drifts in slowly, filtered and calm. Outside the window, slender lines of wood stand quietly, echoing the rhythm of a bamboo grove swaying somewhere far away. This faux bamboo screen is built from branches once overlooked, chosen not for perfection but for balance. Each piece carries its own subtle curve and texture, and together they create a veil that feels natural rather than imposed. Light slips through the gaps, breaking into gentle patterns that move across the wall as the day unfolds. There is a quiet comfort in this kind of boundary. It offers privacy without isolation, shade without darkness. The outside world softens here, sounds dim, views blur just enough, and the garden feels closer, more intimate. Vines climb slowly, learning the vertical rhythm, while leaves brush against the wood as if testing its patience. Over time, the screen becomes part of the garden's language. Weather deepens the color. Shadows grow familiar. What once was scrap becomes structure, and structure becomes atmosphere. Standing near this window, you realize that serenity doesn't always require distance. Sometimes, it only needs a gentle filter. And as the light continues its quiet dance, another narrow space nearby waits to be reimagined, ready for the next transformation. Seven, Infinity Bamboo Sideyard Illusion. Imagine walking through a space that once felt narrow and forgotten, now transformed into a quiet passage that seems to stretch far beyond its physical limits. The walls no longer close in. Instead, vertical lines rise gently beside you, guiding your eyes upward and forward, like a bamboo forest unfolding step by step. This infinity bamboo illusion is not about deception, but perception. Simple branches or recycled pipes stand tall in close rhythm, their painted surfaces echoing the colors of living bamboo, greens softened by sun, yellows touched by age. As light slips between them, the hard boundary of the wall dissolves into something softer, almost alive. At your feet, broad leaves gather in the shade, catching moisture and sound. The air feels cooler here, quieter. Each step slows naturally, not because the path demands it, but because the space encourages reflection. What was once a shortcut becomes a moment. There is something powerful about reclaiming the in-between places. The narrow edges of our homes often go unnoticed, yet they hold the potential for calm when shaped with intention. This corridor does not need width to feel generous. It offers depth through rhythm, peace through repetition. And as the path continues forward, the garden gently opens again, leading you toward another idea, another transformation, waiting just beyond the bend. Eight. Entrance guardians. Imagine approaching your home and feeling, even before you step inside, that this place is held, watched over, and quietly respected. Two figures stand at the entrance, not imposing, not loud, but steady, grounded, and patient. These are the guardians, shaped not from quarried stone, but from what the modern world leaves behind. Beneath their calm exterior lies a humble structure, lightweight, hollow, carefully balanced. Wrapped in cement, the surface carries the marks of the hand that shaped it. Small imperfections remain, soft edges catch the light, and time begins its gentle work almost immediately. They do not pretend to be ancient. They simply feel enduring. Placed beside living plants, the contrast becomes clear. Leaves grow and fade. Flowers arrive and disappear. The guardians remain, quietly anchoring the threshold between outside and in. They remind us that an entrance is more than a passage. It is a moment of arrival, a pause between movement and rest. There is comfort in this presence. Not protection born of fear, but of intention. A reminder that care, creativity, and patience can turn the overlooked into something meaningful. As you pass between them, the garden opens once more, leading you onward, toward water, reflection, and the next transformation waiting just ahead. Nine. Lotus water bowl. Imagine a moment of stillness placed gently into your garden. A quiet circle of water that does not rush, does not flow away, but simply holds the sky in its reflection. This is the lotus water bowl, a small pause carved into the landscape. Once, its form rolled along busy roads, unnoticed and worn. Now, softened by hand and time, it rests among leaves and stone, its surface calm and patient. The water settles into silence, broken only by the faintest ripple when a breeze passes or a leaf drifts down to touch it. At the center, a single plant rises. It does not compete for attention. It simply exists, teaching the garden how to breathe more slowly. Reflections move across the surface, clouds, branches, light, reminding us that beauty often comes from what we allow to remain still. There is something grounding about water held in this way. It draws the eye inward. Conversations quiet near it. Thoughts begin to loosen their grip. The garden feels complete, not because it is full, but because it has space to rest. This bowl does not announce itself. It waits. And in waiting, it offers calm. As you step away from its mirrored surface, the path leads onward, toward another corner, another texture, another quiet transformation waiting to be discovered. Ten. Rustic archway portal. Imagine standing at the edge of your garden, where noise and movement begin to soften. In front of you, an arch rises, not perfectly straight, not polished, but shaped by curves that feel familiar, almost welcoming. This rustic archway is more than a structure. It is a moment of crossing. Built from branches once shaped by wind and rain, the arch carries the memory of where it came from. Knots, bends, and scars remain visible, reminding us that strength does not require symmetry. As vines begin to climb and flowers weave their way through the wood, The arch slowly becomes part of the landscape rather than something placed upon it. Passing beneath it feels intentional. It marks the transition from one pace to another, from outside concerns to the quieter rhythm of leaves and soil. Light filters through the branches, creating patterns that shift with every step, turning an ordinary walk into a small ritual. There is a quiet dignity in this threshold. It does not close space off, it opens it gently. It asks nothing more than awareness. And once you've crossed through, the garden continues to unfold, revealing tools, textures, and stories that speak of work, care, and the beauty found in what we choose to keep. And just like that, a few forgotten materials become a courtyard that feels calm, lived in, and timeless. If you could transform only one corner first, your balcony, your entryway, your side yard, or your backyard, what would you choose? Tell me in the comments, I read them all. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it to WhatsApp or Facebook. It truly helps this small channel grow. And now, click the next video on your screen for more backyard fortune garden magic. Stay creative, stay peaceful, see you there.